an application. Once you open the application, you see a screen, then it disappears and starts the application. This screen is launch screen. You can here make any design you want. You can put a background, a picture, whatever. Yeah, you can say, we can call it like an Android, we call it splash screen. We can call it welcome screen, launch screen, whatever. Then it will automatically go to the main storyboard. Now in the main storyboard, let's have a look at the object library. We have tried the label, button, text field. What else we can use? For example, if you look for the radio button, nothing. We don't have radio button. We don't have in the object library anything called radio button. If you want to find check box, we don't have anything called check box. So what we have to do? We have here something called switch, but the switch is not a substitute of the radio button. What is the switch? Switch means on off, but it's not a multiple choice. We have here a slider. Look, by the way, I told you before and I tell you again, when you click, you have here description. Now the switch displays an element that shows the user the Boolean state of a given value. So by tapping the control, the state can be toggled. On, off, true, false. Now, what is the slider? Displays a horizontal bar called a track that represents a range of values. Like, I want the user to enter a number, but instead of writing the number, I want the user to choose the number using a slider. We will use the slider in our example now. Stepper, step, like stepper, jumping step by step. Stepper is increasing, decreasing. So it could be another way, like slider, the user sliding left to decrease the value, right to increase the value. Stepper, the user clicks. It could be zoom in, zoom out. It's how you are using it. Because actually we are taking the value. The value is increased or decreased. Now, how you will use it and zoom in, zoom out, you can. You will use it as increasing numbers, you can. These are kind of advanced. We will see them later. We have the image view. Image view is just showing an image. So if you want to show an image, you need an image view. It will put, let me show you here. The image view is very easy. It will show a box for the image, and you can choose what image you want to put it here. If you want, like you make kind of header, Regarding about image, we have here, guys, something called assets. This folder, assets, is the folder where we have to put images. To show an image here, it's not enough the image on your computer, on your MacBook. No, you have to put it in the project. Where exactly in the project? In the assets. We will do this later. Let me continue talking about the object. Text view, we have used it. Scroll view, which is scrolling up, down. Now, what is this? The date picker. The date picker is showing you day, month, year, and let the user change the day, change the month, and change the year to pick whatever date is it. I believe you have seen this on different applications you have used. Picker view is the drop-down menu. In Android, maybe you have an idea, in Android we call it spinner. And in other languages, we call it drop-down menu or combo box. Here, in the iOS, we call it picker view. So the picker view here means the drop-down menu. We have other, as you see, so many things. Of course, we can't use all of them in our course because, you know, the time is limited. We will use upon our course outline, maybe more. Okay, so let's try the slider. Let's try the switch in our example now. It's hot, you know, it's weird. It's really, really weird. At this time of the year, here in Toronto, it's hot. The temperature maybe today is like 20 degrees. What exactly our example? Suppose we want to let the user enters a product and enters what? Enters the quantity, and we want the quantity the user to enter the quantity as a slider, not enter, choose. So we will let the user choose the quantity, how many pieces they want to buy from this product, by the slider. And we will let the user select if pick up or delivery, like delivery, yes or no, using the switch. This picture here, we will suppose it's the name of the store, like a header. Let me go to Google. Store header. what kind of store you want to use, whatever. Right click, copy, now save. Guys, what I'm doing now, I'm doing for a training purposes, which is legal because it's not commercial. But if you are creating a real application, like you are now creating an application and this application is for business issues, and you will someday publish the application on like you put it in the App Store, it's illegal, completely illegal. Like you are copying an image from the internet, a random image from the internet, and you use it. This is a crime. Take care, okay? Don't do it. All images are protected by rights, but if you want, there are some websites provide free images, or you have to pay to get images from them, or you have to take the image by yourself. Yeah, yes, exactly. There are some free images. That's correct. From some websites offer free images. You can choose from there. Now I have to put it here. In the assets, right click and import. You can import the full folder or a file. It depends how many images you need. So I just imported a single file, but as I told you, we can import a full folder with many images in it. Get back to the storyboard. Now here, we can choose the image. It's that easy. Just go to the properties of the image view. The first property, which is image, if you click the drop down here, it gives you what image you can. That's it. This is about the image. Let's continue. Maybe I need to take it a little up. If you want to increase the size, okay. Again, we will let the user enter the name of the product. As I told you, later on we will let the user choose. Now, the user has to enter the names. So, let's go to the label. Even here it's about App Store, not about supermarket or something like that. Doesn't matter, it's just a picture. Now, what is this label? This label is product name. Now I need a text field. We can enlarge the size. No, it will remain the same, but we can have some things here. Let's leave it now, but mostly we can't have that much to do, Sayed, regarding this. Now this is the product name. Once the user enters the name, we need to show the price. So let's get a label here. Price. Let's have consistency, so product price. You know what I mean by consistency? You know or not? Try always to make kind of standardization for your design. Standardization is not just about colors, sizes, and about terminology. Like here I said product name, not just name. So not just price, product price. If I change the color here, I have to change the color here and here. So if I change the size, I have to change the size. This is kind of consistency, not different style of designing. Now the user enters the product name, the user enters the product price. Now we want the user to select the quantity. So the user enters the name but doesn't enter the price. Let's here for the price prevent the user from entering or changing. How? By remove enable from here. And if you don't want the border, which is better because we want just the price to show up here. Now, how many pieces, how many units, depend on the units of the product. Let's let the user choose what exactly the quantity. Quantity. The quantity, suppose it's number. So let's use a slider. Now this slider must have minimum and maximum. Minimum is 0. No, nobody can buy 0, so minimum is 1. Maximum, here in this example, maybe we don't have that limit, because if you are selling products, you don't want to limit the user. But suppose we have a limit, like the user can choose from 1 to 10. Okay, you have to put the maximum. Okay, guys, here it's minimum and maximum. Maybe more, okay, more, no problem. No problem. 10, 12, 11, 15, 20 is okay. Whatever you want, but you have to put a maximum. Now, what's the current value? The current value is 1. So the user, if that doesn't change anything here, the value will be 1. Now, is it delivery? The user wants delivery or not? We can ask the user through a switch. Label. Delivery. I'm not gonna ask the user, is it delivery or pickup? No. Using the switch is not like giving multiple choices. No, it gives one choice, yes or no. Do you want delivery? Yes. You don't want delivery? No. Now the state is on. We can't start it as on. Let's start it as off. Then the user can make it on. But right now, let's make it off. Now, let's put a button to do the calculation. Done. Okay, whatever. And let's show the result down here by a label and a text amount. How much money the user has, the customer has to pay, not the user. We have to show it here. Again, this is like the price. So what? Let's remove the border and make it disabled. Okay, guys, we have seen before how to use or how to do the calculations and these stuff, but this example now is especially to see how to use all of them with the slider and the switch. So it's kind of refreshing your knowledge about everything and add a new knowledge, which is the quantity using the slider, and the delivery, is it yes, on or off. So now what? What's the next step? Who can tell me what's the next step? Yes? Yes. Before we go to the controller, just one thing. What if I want to change the background color? We have here background. You see? What's the color? The color is white. Do you like the white to be a background, or let's change it? Do you like it? I'm not gonna change it. Okay, Meat likes the background. I will not change it. Let's go. Anyways, I'm not gonna change it, but you can change it from here. What a bad color. This is not white, this is a little gray. System gray. To make, yeah, you can. Okay, now I have to click here and go to the view controller. Split the screen. Then, what do we need? We need outlets and we need one action. How many outlets we need and one action? Of course, one action because we have one button. But how many outlets? Yes, exactly. You are correct. We need the product name. We need the product price. So again, guys, you have to press the control button on your keyboard and then drag, sorry, let me repeat it, drag and drop here before the override function view did load. The product name, I can use name, connect. Then the price, here, price, the slider, which is the quantity, QTY, and the switch. The switch is delivery. And we need to show the price, the amount, the total amount. These are the outlets. Let's now go down and get our action here. Okay. Button. Another way is using the right button of the mouse. Drag and drop using the right button. Like here in the Mac, if I want to use the right button, I have to use two fingers. Two fingers means right button, one finger means left button. So if I want to do it, I have to drag and drop. Oops, what did I do? Nothing, it's good. It's not working. Actually, it's not easy when you don't have a mouse. I don't have a mouse, I'm using the touchpad, so it's not working with me. Okay, so now let's write the code here. First of all, we need to check if the user has entered a name or not. If not, we should ask the user to enter a name. So if name dot text doesn't equal nothing, what we will do. If it doesn't equal nothing, then we need to find the price. Names and prices. Again, we will have to create something to represent names and prices. So what we're gonna do, exactly, let's create a let product equals what are your products, guys? What do you want to sell? Yes? Cars. Cars. Bikes. Cars is not suitable because quantity. We want to sell something cheap because we want people to get quantities. Sanitizers and face mask and gloves. Okay, let's do this. It's suitable for the COVID. Sanitizer. Suppose it's $7.5 and mask. One mask is $1 and gloves. Okay. I'm sorry. I forgot to put the quotation. Here is kind of inconsistency. It has to be capital because I started with capital. Now gloves, the pair of gloves, $3, 3.5. What else? Face shield. Face shield is $9.5. Hand wash. What is the hand wash? What is the hand wash? Sanitizer? Soap. Okay. $2.5. What do you mean by hair cap? Hair cap? Okay, hair cap. Hair cap. How much do you want to sell the hair cap? The hair cap is $8. Okay, enough. One, two, three, four, five, six. That's good. Now the user will enter the name. So the name.text is not empty, which means it has a name. We need to find the name. Let's create a function. Find name. Name string. Yes, give me the code from A to Z. We have to return what? Find the name and return the price, right? So we return double. For what? Road. Write the code, guys, step by step. Yes, for prod and products, which is the name of the dictionary, dot keys. If prod equals the name, what we gonna do? Return products of prod. Okay, no problem. Make it optional. Finally, before we end, here we can return 0. So if the returned value is 0, it means the product is not there. Now, we need the price. We need the price. So let road price equals, what's the name of the function? Find name. Find name. Find name. What's the name? The name is name.text. Right? The name.text, maybe it's optional. Okay. Doesn't matter. So the product price here is the price. Let's continue. We need to show the price. How to show the price? You know what? I can directly show the price. But it's okay, no problem. How to show the price? I have to show the price here in the price text field. So the price text field, price dot, I must show the price step by step. Price dot price yeah, price dot text equals double, no, not double, it's already double, string of what? Broad price. So I convert the broad price into string and display it in the text field. Okay, the next step, what is the next step? The user must move the slider to get the quantity, exactly. So the slider has a value. We need this value. We need this value to find the total. This value, let's say, quantity or let quant equals. What did I call the? It's QTY. So it's QTY dot value. Then let total equals price, broad price, sorry, not price, broad price times quant. The quantity, okay, double, change the quantity into double. Now, the final amount has to be displayed in what? Amount. Amount dot text. What does it equal? Equal string of total. Right? We missed one thing, which is the tax. How can we add the tax? Yeah. So here I change this to var and total equals total times 1.3. Why I changed it to var? You should know, of course, everybody should know. Because let means constant. Constant cannot, its value cannot be changed. Okay, guys. Now, suppose the value which returned from the function is 0. What does it mean? How can I do here? As you see, I put here price dot text. No, not here. Here. Let product price equals find name. So I get the price here. But I didn't do anything to make sure if this line for the tax. Yeah, adding the tax. Here, let me explain a little bit. This function, come on. This function finds and returns the price of the given product name. Here, what we are doing, make sure the product name is not empty. Now, the product price, maybe it's 0. So we have to make sure here it's not 0. If product price greater, of course it's gonna be greater than 0 or 0. So I have just two options. If product price greater than 0, I will do all of these things. Otherwise, what's your problem here? Use of local variable find name before its declaration. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, I have to put it here, no problem. So here, if the product price greater than, we will do all of these things. These things, which are price equals, let quantity, var, total, and amount. All of these, if the I'm not gonna say if the product price is greater than 0, if the product is available. If the product is available. Now, if the product is not available, which means else. Else what? Else means the product is not available. What can we do? What can we do? And we have if here. I need else for this if. The first if, checking if the user has entered the product name or not. The second else here, to know if the product which the user entered, its name is available or not. Let's go back to our design. The user will enter the product name here, and we will show the product price here. So what we can do, we can take all of them and move them a little down. Leave a space here to put a message. The message, we will use a text field to show it. Because it's an alert message, let's make it red. Red, where's the red? It's here. In the middle. And without border. And it cannot be changed, of course. I need it as an outlet. The message is here. Let me take it as an outlet. Just a second. I have to take it up here. MSG connect. Thank you. Here, let's go here. Now, this else means the product is not found. So, message dot text equals, sorry, the product is not available. Here, the message says what? Please enter the product name. These messages, guys, must be removed. So here, make sure the product name is not empty. If I reach to this point, it means it's not empty. Because if it's empty, I'm not gonna reach here, I will jump down here. So I make sure here it's not empty. msg.text equals nothing. And if the product price greater than 0, we will go here. If not, we will jump down here. So when I go here, I will make the message empty again. Okay, I have forgotten something, which is the delivery. Delivery or not delivery? Before we find the total here and add, I find the total, no problem, but before I add the tax, I want to see if I need to add something else or not. If it's delivery, we will add 10% as a service. Okay. If the customer wants a delivery, we add 10% to the total. Now, how to know if the customer needs delivery or not? The switch, yes. Manpreet, how we set slider value to set in quantity, what do you mean? I don't understand your question. Now the slider is there it has minimum value, which is 1, maximum value. The user can move the slider. Whenever the user moves the slider, the value is changed. If, let's see the delivery, what's the name of the switch? It's delivery. So if delivery if delivery doesn't equals nil, no, if delivery dot is on. If delivery dot is on, what? Exactly. Total equals total times 0.1, which is 10%. Then we will continue without else. Without else, because here we have the total. If delivery is on, we add. If it's not on, just continue smooth. Let's use iPhone 11 simulator. Elmi, regarding to your question. Yes, sometimes we need an action from the slide. So when I move the slider, something happens. When I switch on or off, yes, the interactive means there is interaction between the user and the system, the interface. So the user can change and the interface or the system is responding to the user requests. In this case, we have two things must understand: event, action. Event, action. What's the event? What's the action? Event is what the user does, like click or tap when we are talking about touch screen, tap, slide, tap the switch, choose something from the picker. All of these things which the user is doing, we call them events. Whenever the user does an event, the system has to respond. Respond by what? By an action. Or maybe I don't want the system to respond. Like now, when I move the slider, I don't want the system to do anything. When I click here, I don't want the system to do anything. But when I click the OK button, I want the system to do something. So I made the OK button as action. I can make the slider as action when, if I want the system to respond when I move the slider. If I want the system to respond when I change the state of the switch. If I don't want, then I don't make them actions. Maybe I want, when I enter the product name, I want the system to make an action directly without waiting the OK button. I can make the text field here to have an action. Do you understand what I mean? Okay. Sanitizer. Okay. The sanitizer product price 7.5. It's delivery. So we add 10% and we add, let's round it. No problem. We will round it. It's wrong. Yeah, I see. It's completely wrong. If we move this and click OK again, so it's changed. You know why it's wrong? If I remove this, it will not be wrong. I know why it's wrong. Yes. The delivery is not 0.1, it's 1.1. 0.1, guys. 0.1, sorry. What? 0.1. If I want to put plus total. Now, yeah, it's total times 0.1 plus total. But if I don't want to put plus total, I have to make it 1.1. And let's round the final price, total dot rounded. For answering the question again of Elmi regarding the action, let me show you when we start, when it's running. The problem here, when the user moves the slider, the user has no idea what's the quantity. Did you notice or not? It's launching. Okay. When the user moves the slider, the user is moving the slider. So the user is expecting what could be the quantity, but this expectation cannot be quite sure of it. What do we need to do here? Yes, tell me. What do we need to do? We need to stop this and run again. Yeah, what do we need to do? He is not getting the value, how much quantity he chose. Yes, what we should do. This is the question. What? Exactly. Action on the slider. What exactly the action has to do? Showing the current value. Exactly. Yes. So let's go back to the main storyboard. Here. Uh, the slider. Let me take you guys and put you here. This is the slider. Let me put here a label. Not label, text, text, text field here. Make it smaller. Just a second. Come on. Yeah. Whatever the user chooses here, we want to show the value here. So here is showing the value. You can leave it as border, or you can remove the borders. It's up to you. It depends how you are doing the design. I'll remove the border. What is going on? What's going on? Okay. And of course, it's disabled. Now we need this text field to be an outlet. I don't know what is happening, but there's something wrong. I don't know what it doesn't launching, and it makes everything slow, so that's why I stopped the running. Let's click here. We need an outlet, so let's get the label from here as an outlet here. Shows the quantity value. Connect. And let's go down, before or after the function. I need sorry, I need the slider to be an action. Get quantity. Now thank you here, and let's continue here. Where is the action? Here. All what I need to do, just show the value. So the quantity, it's quantity value or not? Quantity value, yeah, quantity value dot text equals string of the slider is qty dot value. Why it's stuck on launching, I don't know. Again. It's better, guys, by the way. It's better to make something called constraints. Constraints here in iOS is not mandatory, which means if you make a constraints or not for the design, I mean for the components. Like every one of components everyone needs constraints. Constraints, if you make them or not, still okay. So you just get warning. But in Android, it's a must. It's mandatory. You have to make constraints. Here, it's not a must. But what the problem? Maybe sometimes when you don't have constraints, and you make the design, when you run, you will see the design after running is different than the design while before running. Why? Because you didn't make constraints. But of course, this is not the reason why it's not running. It's running, but it takes time. Why it's so slow? During the break, I will restart my Mac. Maybe because it was a long time I haven't restarted it. And maybe because of the Adobe Connect. Adobe Connect is too heavy, too heavy. It makes the device exhausted. It takes all the resources. Like if you are using Adobe Connect on your phone, did you use it on your phone? Who is using Adobe Connect on the phone? Anybody? Guys, are you there? Okay, that's good. Sometimes I use it on the phone, but it makes all my phone hang. It's too heavy. Come on, what's wrong with this? The last time I'll try, I will close the simulator completely. Quit simulator and run it again. Okay, yes, 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 come on. Come on. Still running, it says here running. Okay, finally. Suppose I put something is not there. Now the quantity, do you see? Oh, the quantity, as you see, it needs to be fixed because the step the step is points, decimal points. We must make it step one by one, not by decimal points. Anyway, sorry, the product is not available. Now if I use another product like mask, okay, the product price is 1 and that's it. What do we need to do? We need to fix this. We need to fix the interval. You see what I mean, guys? You know what's the problem? The problem here, we need to fix the interval. Okay, let's close it. It's very important to show the value. And let's now go to the slider. I'll take you guys and put you here. I will keep moving you here and there. I don't know what to do with you. What do you mean by 1, 2, 3? Yeah, it has to be 1, 2, 3. It has to be. So here we have the value, we have minimum and maximum, and forget about the image, min track, it's not important, continuous update, yes. Where is the interval? Let me see, where can I find? If I don't, I actually forget, but if I don't find it here, we can change it by the code. Sorry. Okay, so let's go to the coding. Controller. Here I just see the value, so I can here and the OK button now. Let's try here. If I use the quantity dot interval, we don't have interval, step. Okay, so what can we do in this case, guys? IO's slider step, it's here. Anything you stuck with, you will find many people already stuck with it. Current value round sender dot value over step. So we don't have. I solved this. Let rounded value. Let slider. Let total float 5. Current value round value. So it seems we don't have it, which means we must do it by ourselves. Here we are showing whatever the value is, but how we want the step. We want the step to go one by one. So I can here use let step equals 1 or 1.0 because it's a float. And then what? Actually, it's not 1. Let's make it 10. Then no need for this. Let me say that step or value equals the quantity dot value times 10, and here it's string value dot rounded. Let's see. the value times 10. I'm not quite sure if this is correct, but let me see. Maybe I just need to round it, just using rounded, and that's it, without times 10, just rounded. So maybe I don't need this, I just need here to use quantity dot value dot rounded. Now when it's running, it will run with times 10 because I changed here after running. Let's see. قهوة شو؟ هاي معي. Come on. This is killing me. Okay. So it starts with 10 and goes, oh yeah, that's wrong. Let me run again. Without multiplying it by 10, just round the value. That's all what we need to do. And what else besides rounding the value? There is something else very important we have to do, which is here. The quantity is not quantity.value, no. We should take the quantity from the text box. What did I call that text box? Quantity value. So here it's not quantity value. Here must be let quant equals double of quantity value dot text. Okay, so now if you see, the quantity is moving 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 20. So we don't have any fractions or decimal points. What's your problem here? The wrapping? Okay, fix it. But the value, when we do the multiplication, you understand quant is already doubled. Okay, so here quant is already doubled. The difference is, let me show you why I am doing this. The value of optional double must unwrap to value of type double. That's the quantity. Double quantity value, which is a text, which is the text field, not the slider. Quantity value is the text field. Quantity is the slider. So I don't want to use the slider. I want to use the quantity value. This quantity value is specified by this function here. When I move the slider, I get the quantity value dot text, and I use the quantity value dot text. Before we go a break, let's just run for the last time and do the calculation to make sure it gives us a precise number. Sanitizer. Quantity is 5 without delivery. Okay. The price is 7.5 times 5 plus 13%. Let's see. Calculator. Seven point 5 times 5 equals times 1.13 equal 42. But the answer was not 42. The answer was 49. 1.3? Really? Oh my gosh. Did I put 1.3? Wow, wow, wow. So it's not correct. Oh, yes. That's problem. You know what does it mean, 1.3? It means the tax is 30%. Wow. It's 13, not 30. Five again. Okay, it's 42. Yes. If with delivery, it's 47. 7.5 times 5 equals times 1.1 equals times 1.13 equals 46.6, which means 47 after rounding, which is correct. Okay, guys, let me stop the